And one of the things I want to jump on, so I'm in a weird position where my publisher's sitting next to me, and my editor's in the audience, and it's I gotta. But if you know me at all, you know I speak very blunt and very honest. And one of the things too is realize that if you get a book contract with any of the major publishers, you're gonna still have a lot of work to do on your own. I mean, the publisher is gonna print the book for you. They're gonna get it on store shelves for you, but it's up to you to hustle and work to sell that book. I mean, I love all these emails I get of, Cece, come to New Zealand for your book tour, Wiley will fly you. And I'm like, you are so not tuned in to how this works. I mean, it is the author's responsibility to sell the book more than anything. And like you said, if you can't sell it yourself, then you shouldn't write it in the first place. You got to believe in that, because you're going to be living with this book for years after the fact. I mean, it's a very scary thing. We just finished the book. I mean, finished. I mean, the final proof of it and everything. And I know I'm never, ever going to be able to touch those words again. I've been blogging for 8 years. I can go change any post I want right now at the drop of a hat, and no one will know the difference. That's going to be printed forever. So I got to live with it, and I got to be proud of it. But it's your responsibility building on that platform. I mean, that's more my understanding from talking to lots of different publishers, is that's almost as important as the book idea, Because if you don't have that platform to go out there and to speak and talk and hustle that thing. I mean, we're totally stealing from Scott's idea for the book tour, We've told everybody, you know what? You pre-order 100 copies of the book and pay for my plane ticket or my co-author's plane ticket, we will come and do a book tour anywhere in the world. Because I don't have the money to fly myself around all the place and do these book signings. I would love to. I would love to go to every town in America and sign books, but I can't afford it. So we're getting sponsors involved, and it's one model, and it's been working so far. I mean, it definitely worked for Scott. I know, he set out to do 15 or so things, and he ended up doing 30 of them. He's a total road warrior, and he's away from home, and he's pimping his book left and right, and he's speaking and talking, but that's what he has to do. You have to. Once you write, it is true, the writing is the easiest part, the editing is the most painful part, and then you gotta hustle it now and really believe in it and push it, and it takes over your life. It is all consuming. And it's funny, because I'm right at that weird spot where I'm trying to do the marketing stuff now, and I'm here at this event, my co-author's back at the house, and postcards just showed up. So she's like, you need some of these in Vegas, and I'm like, yes I do, mail them to me. So my co-author is FedExing them to me because we need some here so I can give them out to people. So it is a lot of hustle, and if you're thinking of doing the co-author thing, make sure you love and hate this person all at once, because you're going to go through that. Co-authoring is a tough thing. I've been blessed that Ann Hanley, who's my co-author, I love her to death, and we've had nothing but a good relationship, but I know co-authoring is a really tough thing, so think about it, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with this person, even if it's virtual time. I mean, Ann and I saw each other twice during the writing of the book, but you really, if you're going to go down that road, really think long and hard about it before you do it, because it's a tough road. It's fun.
Is Ann a blogger too?
Oh yeah, Ann is the head of content for Marketing Profs, and she blogs and creates content. I hate the term blogger, because I think most of us now are content creators. We do a lot more than just write, and blogging kind of has that connotation that you only write. And I mean, my book is called Content Rules, so I have to say that. I mean, I'm obligated to say be content creators. Think beyond. I mean, video, audio, none of this has to be expensive. The most expensive thing you're going to spend is the time to make it happen. If you can afford a camera like that, that's awesome. But you can also get your cell phone. You can make videos. There's nothing wrong with that. We got a lot of crap when we made our book announcement video. We shot it with a little Canon camera that I have on a tripod in a busy intersection. Everybody's like, well, Cece, you didn't have microphones, and there's cars in the background. I'm like, who cares? It was part of what we wanted to say too, is the fact that create the content wherever you are. Whatever you can do it. Don't wait for someone else. Don't say I don't have the money to do video, because your cell phone probably shoots video. It may not be the slickest, coolest thing, or find somebody who can do it. I mean, pay someone to help you, or barter something. I mean, we've done that with a lot of things, but you have to hustle, whether you have the biggest publisher in the world, or if you're self-published, you're gonna have to hustle non-stop. We've taken the other approach where it's funny, because our book comes out end of November, and nobody outside of Wiley has seen a word of it. at all, because we haven't shared it at all. And we made a conscious decision because, we had the chance to give out galleys here at the event if we wanted to, and we said no. You want to read what's in it, wait till it's out, and then we'll start talking about it. But on the flip side, we've been creating content left and right because we want to talk about, our book's about content. So we're telling things about, storytelling. We've made videos, we're doing interviews, we're doing mini case studies of all these things that have everything to do with the book but don't have a single word from the book in it. We made that decision up front that we didn't want to do it. Is it the right decision? I don't know. I'll tell you in a couple months after we sell a few books, if we sell any. Other people take the other approach. I know like Amber and Jay, another, full disclosure, very close friends of mine and another Wiley author, they gave out galleys today in their session, and their book's not out till the end of February. There's a different approach. In that case, everyone's gonna read it and they're gonna go talk about it. Is that going to lead to more book sales or less? I don't know. There's no one right way to do it, but we made a decision up front that we weren't going to share it at all. And I have friends every day give me crap about it. Or like, Cece, I want to read the book. When can I read it? And we're going to be very strategic of when we actually give out. I have a case of galleys at home that came right before I left. Who I'm going to give those to, and say, here, I want to give you this because I really want your opinion on it. And I'm scared to death to give it out because no one else has read it yet. But I'm also excited because I want to get reviews. But it's a really balancing act that you have to figure out what's right for you and right for your audience. We've been getting massive traffic on the blog. People are sharing the content, and they're talking about it. And every time they do, they're linking to the book site, which is what we wanted, because you go to the book site and there's a big honking cover of the book, and you can pre-order it from every single place imaginable, and the book tour place is there, and our authors speak, get us at your event are there. Our whole goal was, let's make as much stuff as we can to drive stuff to the website, which clearly is a buy this book website at the end of the day. But we haven't told anybody what's in it yet.
So Cece, would you say that in your case, your marketing plan is to let your blog be the leader and the book
Not just the blog. Ann and I both have really big platforms. I do a lot of public speaking, I do podcasting, I do all that stuff. And everywhere I go now, it says author content rules right on it. So any piece of content I create on any channel has the book in it. But we also purposely kind of held back some things. Like, we've been turning away speaking engagements in the month of October and November because we're like, well, we'd rather wait and do it once the book's out so we can say, hey, and here, you can buy this book after the fact. I'll tell you right now, this is the worst. Anybody who's had kids, this is like those last 2 weeks of pregnancy where you're just like, I want the damn kid out. I just want to hear I want to be a dad or a mom,
Too bad we don't have the mother here.
I want the book, Yeah, Ann can't be here.
Publishing metaphors that relate to pregnancy.
It does. Yeah. It's fun in the beginning, and it's a lot of fun in the beginning. And you said, when do you become a real author? I'd counteract it and say the minute you print it. No offense, you don't need a publisher to be an author, just like you don't need a record label to be a musician. You put it out, and you believe in it, and people buy it, done. You're an author, and you don't. Think about it. This is where I'm kind of. When was the last time you picked up a book and went, oh, this is by who's the publisher of this? You pick it up and you read it.
Unless you're in the industry, no.
If you can get a publisher, it's great. They have the distribution channels. They support you. They are great to have. But you do not need a publisher if you want to become an author. You're just going to have to work your tail off even harder. But you're an author as soon as you publish a book, is in my mind. I've had a goal to write a book my whole life, and I turned down 3 book offers before agreeing to this one because it wasn't my rule was I didn't want a book that I'd put on shelves and it'd be out of date. I got asked to write a dummies book, and I didn't want to write it at the time because I felt the space is changing too fast. The minute it'll hit shelves, it'll be out of date. So when it came, and Shannon from Wiley hunted me down for a while, and she's really good at that. She hunted me. When I first met her, the first words out of her mouth, here's this nice young lady I meet for the first time. She's like, I want you. And I said, hi, nice to meet you. And then she explained what she meant. I'm happily married, and she blushes. I didn't know she did that. And it was funny because it was at the right time. I just decided, this is the right time. And don't think that bloggers are just getting thrown book deals. The problem is, don't forget, we are a tiny little fishbowl. We are super small, and it seems like everybody is getting book deals. And yes, there are a lot of people in our space getting book deals, but it is our space, and we're this little in the big grand scheme of things. And I'm always reminded of that when I step outside the fishbowl and I'll see a friend. I went to a wedding. I hadn't seen this guy in years. The first words out of his mouth was, "Oh my God, dude, you've got a book." And I kind of took it for granted, and you forget about that it may seem like people are getting thrown them all the time. There is plenty of us writing books in this space, but my judge is how many people are going to get the chance to write that second book, because writing the first book, getting that, you might have an audience, and then you write a book. Can you write a second, is it in you? Are you really an author? Are you a writer? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I am yet, because I don't know if I'm ever going to do a second book or not. Well, don't forget, I'm totally speaking out of turn here, but a publisher, just like a record company, they're going to sign as many breaking acts as possible, right? They want to sign as many authors as possible, pay them a little bit of money to see what goes. They're going to throw it all at the wall like spaghetti, and one's going to stick and be a breakout hit. And they're doubling down. We'll go Vegas here. That's what they're doing. They're going to cast a wide net, and they're going to find one of those is going to break out and be a huge hit. Not every one of them is going to be it. And I think that's a strategy most publishers go after, because you don't know what's going to blow up and become a trust agent or Dan Brown. Who knows? You never know what's going to come out. If you ever want to think, just anybody here who's thinking about being an author, go find a book proposal online. If you've never done one, it'll open your eyes. It's harder than writing the book, I think, because the first half of the proposal is, here's the structure of my book, here's what it's going to be, and then the whole second half is, and here's how I'm going to sell this book. I remember the one question I remember on the Wiley one that I remember was like, whoa, it was for a different book I was thinking about writing was, what are the books out there that this is going to compete with? Give me 5 of them, go find them, and then how's your book going to be better than them? If you're thinking about writing a book, go find a proposal out there, and you'll Google them. You'll find one. It's really eye-opening because it lets you peer into what the publishers are thinking about and what things you've got to think about as an author. It really, at least for me, it really opened my eyes when I first saw one. I had no idea all these things you had to think about. It's like, wow, I just got an idea for a book. Can I just write that down and give me a contract? There's a lot more to it that you got to think about. Not a single person has read our book yet. I'm not exaggerating with that. We just haven't given it to anybody yet. And I'm excited for, I can't wait for the first negative review to go, these guys suck, what are they talking? I can't wait for that, 'cause I know it's coming. Not everybody's going to like everything, but no, we haven't let anybody read it yet. I want to, I really want to, because I'm reading all these other people's books that aren't out yet, and I want them to read mine, but we made a decision not to share it yet.
And when's the drop dead date on letting them read it? Somebody read it?
Oh, I don't know. We're not going to have any reviews on the back copy of our book. We thought that was pointless. If nothing else, I'm not going to tell you to read Scott Stratton's on UN marketing book. If anything else, pick up a copy and look at the back. He has the best reviews ever. Trust me, just look at them. You'll get the joke once you see them. But we skipped having reviews on the book. We just made a decision that we didn't think they would necessarily help unless we got a Seth Godin saying buy this book. We didn't know if they were going to be worthwhile. It's cool. I can't wait, but. Another good resource, not affiliated with me at all. It's been very helpful for me is booktour.com.